Good evening and welcome to ANM News. This is Avijit Nandi Mazumdar bringing to you a very important topic right now. We have with us Lord Rami Ranger, member of the House of Lords of United Kingdom of the Conservative Party. I'm going to ask him something which is of high importance after Defense Minister Rajnath Singh flagged SFJ President Gurwant Singh Pannu's acts of violence and anti-India stuff for acting from a foreign soil to the top spy chief of the United States, Tulsi Gabbard, during a visit to India. So, how do you react to that, Lord Ranger? You have heard about Rajnath Singh's comments on this, and he basically wants to declare Pannu as a proclaimed offender.
Abhijit, this is a very normal and very natural demand from a defense minister of any country because the defense minister's job is to keep the nation secure and safe from internal and external threat. So what Rajnath ji is doing his job effectively to make sure that India is safe from all those undesirable elements who do not have the courage to come to India and to fight their corner, and they use the foreign passports and foreign soil and to damage India with impunity. So therefore, I wholeheartedly support the decision by the defense secretary, and I think with the change of regime in USA, the USA policies will change. And I like to add, the history is littered with those countries which harbored terrorists and then became the victim of the same terrorists. Example is not very far from our border. Pakistan, for many decades, was a safe haven for the terrorists. And the terrorists are not business people. They're not scientists. They're not IT engineers. They're not, doctors or anything. They are terrorists. Their job is to kill and maim innocent people. They give a surprise attack when people are least expecting. So therefore, they are supported by the enemy of the country, and therefore one has to be very careful. If they have a courage of conviction, like Mahatma Gandhi or like Guru Gobind Singh, then they should fight for their ambition or their objective or their mission from the land they love and they respect. It is no point living 1,000 miles away. I give you example of Canada. The most ridiculous Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, his job was to unite the country. What he did, he divided the country by supporting the separatist element and created a divide between Canadian Hindus and Canadian Sikhs. Now, instead of going to each other's religious places, they're attacking each other. What kind of politics is that? That you destroy your own country for the sake of people who have no contribution to make apart from doing the death and destruction. They bring
Absolutely.
to
I want to ask you one thing, Lord Ranger. How confident are you that Donald Trump, President Donald Trump of the United States of America, will ban SFJ and take action against such terrorist elements in his country, operating out of his country?
any organization which threatens the peace and tranquility of another country has no place in America. There are threats have been against Air India, threats have been Indian ministers, threats have been against the Indian interest, and there has been encouragement to farmers to take up arm. So that kind of person cannot bring peace and harmony and a closer relationship between the largest democracy of the world, which is playing a very important role in the world security and the world economic. So you can imagine the contribution India is making in Quad. It is helping to contain the unwelcome influence of China in the South China Sea because that is a very important route for trade to Japan, to Korea, to Vietnam. and Philippines and Indonesia, many countries important, which depend on the security and safety of the maritime vessels. So therefore, what India can offer, 20 countries cannot offer to the world. So therefore, day by day, Indian diaspora is becoming very influential in every country. You got Cash Patel. He's already told lots of people that it's a no zero tolerance country now under President Trump. We've already seen undesirable being removed from their country, and many have landed up in India also. So therefore, a good leader will get rid of all those people who threaten their unity, their social cohesion, the community level of the nation. So they are not doing favor to India as much they are doing favor to themselves by removing those who only promote violence, death, and destruction. So therefore, my take on this one is I salute Rajnath Singh ji for taking a bold step. I wish Indian leader would have taken this action years ago, and then we would not have. There should be zero tolerance wherever we find people who are harming our interest, India's interest. We should go after them as Israelis do, as Americans do, and many other countries do. So therefore, you have no compromise with the sovereignty and security of a nation.
No compromise with the sovereignty and security of the nation. That's what Lord Rami Ranger said. Thank you very much, Lord Ranger, for being with us and sharing your thoughts and views in the project. Keep watching ANM News, and we'll bring up more such interesting thoughts and interviews with important people in future. Thank you.
Jai Hind.